today's video, I'm super excited, you guys. We're gonna be installing the Vland headlights for these Ram pickup trucks. So let's get straight into it. All right, guys, so I've got the headlights from Vland right here in the box. If you guys saw the last video when we finally started moving some stuff in, we received these and I had to take a sneak peek at them, so we did on that video. But now, today's video, we're gonna get into it. So you'll notice here, we've got kind of a two-faced Ram right here. I've got the quad headlight installed on the driver's side, and then I showed you guys a video of installing a factory projector headlight. So I wanted to point out that you can do either one, and these come with the adapter harnesses no matter what you have. So if your truck came equipped with factory projector headlights, or it came equipped with quad headlights, or the harness that has two plugs, this harness has one plug, which I'll get into in a second. These you'll be able to install in your vehicle. So I'm super happy that they included both options for us Ram owners. So without further ado, let's open these up and get straight into it. So right here, I've got the two different headlamps, and I want to flip them around so I can illustrate what I mean by the two different styles of plugs. You'll also see here this larger shaped D plug and these two plugs. So this is an adapter harness, but each headlight has its different plugs on the back. So these two headlights are both factory Mopar units. You can see this one here has this plug as well as that plug. Whereas this one over here, I've got the cap off the back, but it's got this one larger D-shaped plug. So either way, we got you covered with these ones. Okay guys, these things are so nice looking. I cannot get over this. So again, compared to these ones, you can see here. So I think it's pretty cool that they've got the clear reflector in the corner instead of the amber. As you can see here, the factory Mopar ones, amber, and we've got clear corners on these. So definitely a really good looking headlight. And you'll see here, we've got our harnesses here. So let me go ahead and show you guys what we got. All right, so they've got us covered with everything, you guys. So like I said, if you have this D-shaped plug, you're gonna be able to just plug right into your factory equipped harness. And if you don't, they've got the adapters right here for us as well. So you can see here, it'll convert into our two pigtails that are gonna be on our truck. So we'll plug that into there, and then I'll convert into the two plugs that we have. Also, you're gonna see here some pretty simple instructions, and you're gonna see this extra wire with a fuse tap. So I haven't seen this in person. I'm super excited to see what this looks like, but apparently these have a function where when you turn it on, they do some sort of breathing looking feature on it. So I'm pretty pumped to see that. And what that is doing is, you'll see here, there's this extra wire on each one of the headlights. And this is going to be for that feature to give us that DRL feature as well. So pretty excited. Looks pretty straightforward. There's not any cutting or anything to do like that. We just got to tap into our fuse box here with this fuse tap, run these two leads. You see one here and one there. So each one's going to go to each headlight respectively. Other than that, straightforward install. So let's go ahead, let's get to work and see how these things look. And the instructions right here outline exactly what we're going to be doing and which fuse we're going to be tapping into. All right, so first things first, you're gonna pop your hood and you're going to see a splash shield that's right here. It's held on by all these Christmas tree style clips here. You just pull them up and take it off. I don't have mine off because I'm in and out of here so much that I just usually leave it off for the most part, since I'm always taking the grill off to do something. I also will show you guys, and I'll link up above here where to check out the video that specifically shows you how to remove your grill properly without breaking any tabs. There's 4 10mm head screws on the top here that remove the grill, but you can't just pull it off like this from the top down, otherwise you will be breaking tabs across the bottom. Again, I will link that video up here where you can check that out if you're not sure how to remove it. Some guys will tell you that you don't necessarily have to remove the grill to get to the bolts for the headlight. I find it's just a little bit easier and safer because you're gonna have a tab that's gonna be sitting right about here behind your grill, so you're gonna have to finagle that to get it out. The other thing too is there is an adjustment on the bottom, so if you're not always able to see it while you're removing that 10mm bolt, you could be messing up your adjustment, which would change the height of your headlight. So for me, it's easier. It's not that much work to take the grill off, and you can make sure you're not messing up your adjustment and just get it done. So rather than trying to stick a long extension down there to get to that bottom 10mm bolt down there, just take the grill off, you guys. It's not that hard. So let's go ahead, pop the grill off, and I'll show you guys next. Okay, as far as headlight removal, it's very straightforward, but I have a more detailed video for you guys if you want to check out that. Again, I will link it above. But you're gonna have a 10 mil bolt here, a 10 mil bolt right there, and then you're going to come back here. You're gonna use one of these pry tools here, and you're going to remove this push pin style clip from right here, and it's gonna open this access door, to which you're gonna have to get your hand in here, and you're going to have to push up a tab. So I'll show you guys what that mechanism is in here once we pull the headlight out, and you'll have a better idea of what you're trying to do. And again, you can see the 10 mil bolts here as well as here, and this is what I was talking about. You can see this is an adjuster, so it adjusts the height of your headlight to maintain this gap here. And if you try to go in from an extension, sometimes this thing likes to spin, and you won't be able to get down here to make sure that this doesn't spin and throw your adjustment out. So I would suggest taking the grill off. So with the two 10 mil bolts out and that clip released, I'm gonna show you guys how to take the headlight off. So you're gonna grab your headlight, you're gonna wanna pull straight towards you. There is a ball joint socket here that's gonna fight you a little bit until it releases. So you're gonna see, pops straight out, and then it's out. And here's the little ball joint that I'll show you guys as well. And you can go ahead and disconnect your harness. So here's the clip that I was mentioning to you guys that you're gonna be reaching in and grabbing. So you can see here, it's gonna be down in its locked position, and then you're gonna be pushing it up into this larger rectangle to release it. And there's a peg that goes in there, and it releases when you press it up. Next up, if you guys don't have factory projectors on your truck, you're gonna see these two plugs. So I'll show you guys the provided adapter harness. If you already have factory projectors on your truck, you can go ahead and skip this, but let me show you. All right, so you're gonna have to be very particular right here. So you're gonna see two plugs. These plugs are identical, so you don't wanna mix them up, otherwise everything will be backwards. So you're gonna see your wires here, red, green, red, black, and it goes to this pigtail. This is for your headlights. So plug this into this green one, because this goes to the headlight bulbs. So we're gonna plug that into there, and then you're left with this one, of course. So we'll plug this in. So this comes from your turn signal bulb and it goes over here, and it's gonna pin out to your turn signals on this portion. So we'll plug this one as well. So you hear a click, put the red locking tab back in place. So we're good to go now. We're converted to this factory D style plug. But like I said, the vehicle is equipped with projector headlights. We'll already have this in place. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and get our harness in place. So you're gonna see one side is significantly longer. That's gonna be for our passenger side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna route it into the headlight cavity here, and we're gonna follow our factory wire harness that goes underneath the rad support right here. All right, so like I said, I brought my wire and I'm gonna attach it to the underside of this factory one, followed it through here. You can see it go down through there, and then it comes out through here and follows all the factory wiring. You can see the factory wire goes there, so it comes out through here. I'm not sure how much slack we need, so I also have it running across same way. You can barely see it because I tried to follow as factory as possible. And I have it coming out through here, but I'm gonna pass it into the headlight cavity. But I have to take off this headlight, so I think it makes sense to take off this headlight at the same time. That way we can balance out the slack on both sides, and then we can get this tie wrapped all the way across. So let me take this one out. And same steps on this side, you guys. I'm not gonna bore you with that. 10 mil, the latch, and then she pops out. Holy smokes, do these look good, you guys. Ay, ay, ay. That is a spice unit. So I just sat them in place. As you can see, they're not fully seated, but I wanted to just test it out, see what the wiring is about. So just in testing, I found out a few things, you guys. So they're configured a certain way, and you have some options. So that's why I kind of paused before continuing the installation. So they have a few things. They have a LED lighting strip here. So this lights up, and I'll show you guys in just a second. This one lights up, but you'll notice right here. So this one here, this is a sweeping amber. So it, sweeps across. And these ones are white, or they can be blue. So this, along with this, they could be white or blue, and there's a little jumper in the back that you can disconnect depending on if you want them to be that way. If you just hook them up with what's in the box, they do not show the amber lights. So these sweeping ambers don't illuminate. This and this ends up being your turn signal. So you have some options. If you want your turn signals to be white or blue, you leave it as is. If you want to have the amber sweeping turn signal, which I do in my case, I enjoy that. Then you have to switch some wires. So that's what I'm just getting sorted out right now, but let me show you guys what they look like out of the box without touching anything. And as well, I just temporarily hooked this up so you can see I have it tapped in a fuse 66. I'll dress this in just a second, but I want to show you guys a different configuration first. So here's when you first turn on the key. All right, so as you saw there, when you first turn on the key, they go from that blue and then they change into the white. So there you go, there's a better visual for you guys. So these things look super tricky, you guys. And you can see there, the bottom strip is illuminated, the top strip is illuminated. So this is with the running lights illuminated. Let me show you guys what happens when you put on the turn signals. So here we are, our running lights are on. If I put on the 4 ways, you guys will see what we got. So here's what the look is, you guys. It looks crazy on camera. I guess it looks pretty crazy in person too, but you end up getting this blue colored turn signal down there, no amber. It's a little bit hard for the camera to pick up, but you guys can see there. So it does like a switch back from white to blue on the top and the bottom there. And if we turn on the full headlights, I'll show you guys what we got there too. So here we are with the headlights, you guys. These things are extremely bright. And you also get a small amber in the corner here, in the clear. Again, it's pretty hard for the camera to pick up because these things are so bright with the headlights turned on. But you can see there. So 1, 2 illuminates on low, and then the third one will illuminate with the high beam. So all 3 of them are lit up with the high beams. Let me show you. All right, so hopefully you guys can see there. All 3 of them are lit up. It is blinding the camera right now. And we still have the 4 ways on, so you can see there. Man, that looks crazy in the camera. Telling you, it looks a little bit different in person, but in the camera, the way it picks up is wild. Okay, now, so if you don't want to see the blue, this little jumper here, if you disconnect this guy here and you leave this disconnected, again, I would probably put some electrical tape around it if you're planning to do it this way. So let me show you guys what it looks like with this disconnected. We'll disconnect the passenger side as well. So now what happens is when you turn on the turn signals, it flashes white instead of blue. So disconnecting that little jumper will give you this white turn signal. And here's both sides with the 4 ways on. And here's with the headlights on. You can also see the little amber. As soon as you turn the headlights on, this little amber marker starts coming on as well with the flashers. So that's what that looks like right there. So here we go. I just have the running lights on just so you can see them illuminated. And again, they look super cool. So let me show you guys how I want to configure them, and you're gonna have to change the pin on the wiring. If your vehicle already has factory projectors, you might not have to do this step. So let me show you guys what we're gonna do on the wiring so that we can get the amber turn signals working as well. Okay, so here's where the difference lays. So this is the conversion harness that is supplied. This is a different conversion harness. And you're not gonna have to worry yourself with the high beam, low beam, which is this one. That one's gonna be fine and straightforward. That one works as normal. This one here, you're gonna see 1 wire difference. So you're gonna see this black ground wire right here. On the Vland one, it goes here. On the regular setup, it goes into that bottom pin. So notice that pin is blank and the ground wire is right here. So if we switch the ground wire from here to here, then we should get our amber functionality with our turn signals, or if you want to leave your turn signals the way I showed you, you can leave it as is, but just wanted to document this for you guys. So after swapping the harness to the one with the pin that's swapped, or depinning it and putting it in yourself, let me show you guys what it looks like with the amber turn signal. All right, so I don't know about you guys, but this is the look that I like the best, but I think it's cool that they give us some options. Again, kind of hard to capture on camera, but it's just so bright. So you can see there the ambers sweep across. Hopefully you guys can see that well. There you go, that's a better visual. So like I said, it's a little bit hard for it to pick up on the camera, but this looks really tricky, you guys. So comment down below which way you guys prefer. I prefer this way. Some people absolutely hate amber turn signals, but this is the look that I like the best, at least. All right, so what I just showed you guys was with that little jumper harness in the back, that little blue wire disconnected. So now I reconnected it, and the light show that goes on when you turn the key on it now is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and show you guys. Okay, so just to recap here before I finalize this. So you're going to take this, and I had this plugged in, but I just want to illustrate for you guys. So you're gonna plug these two together. I got everything tie wrapped up nice, so everything's bundled together, and we'll go ahead and put the headlight back in. Okay, so I installed some tie wraps all the way along. So you can see there, they're installed there, but I like to hide things as much as possible. Everything is bundled up behind here. So we've got our wire harness bundled up, and then we're gonna go ahead, make sure your latch is up, that didn't fall down, and then we'll go ahead and pop this back in. So I'll remove my rag, since I had that in and out so many times. You're gonna have to make sure your wire harness doesn't get bound up between the headlight and the frame. So however you wanna tuck that out of the way. You'll know because your headlight won't go in all the way. There we go. Okay, so we're in, and we can put our hardware in. There's quite a bit of adjustment on the headlight setup. It doesn't matter what brand, even if it's the Mopar one, it's got quite a bit of adjustment. So you can, rock them in and out. So just get your body lines all set up, and then go ahead and tighten down your bolts. All right, so our 10 mil bolts are tight on both sides. Now go ahead, reach in, pull down your latch that in place, and then we can put this little door back on with the push pin, and we'll press it in, and that's that. Okay, so our 4 10 mil bolts are on and tight. You can put your splash shield back on here. And then one last difference that I'll show you guys. I actually tapped into the cigarette lighter, or your USB port, whatever you want to call it these days. But I tapped into that one. I felt a little bit more comfortable tapping onto that, and it comes on obviously when you have the truck turned on. So we're all set. Let's close the hood and let's get some action shots and see what this stuff does as far as light output, all that stuff, and see what the finished product looks like. Okay, so here you can see just the running lights on, and here's with the turn signal on with the running lights as well. Here's a little bit better image. So the turn signal on with the headlights on. And then here with the third one, here's the high beam on, and here's me flashing the high beam. Okay, you guys, I am absolutely in love with these things. So I showed you guys the various ways I had to operate the lights while I did that. So I had to narrate it for you guys, but overall, I'm super, super happy with the outcome. And this is the configuration and setup that I prefer the most. Again, they kind of give you some options as far as which way you want to have them show, but I think this is the best way, having the turn signal in amber and all that. And I think it's cool since the truck is blue that when you first turn the truck on, they come up blue and then they kind of do that little light show and then fade off to white. So I'm super happy with the look on this, you guys. I think it really completes the look, and I'm really, really liking it. So comment down below what you guys think so far, and let's go ahead, let's turn the lights off in here and let's see what the light output's like. Okay, this is the beauty of having the shop. We can do light tests during the day, whereas I had to wait till actual nighttime. So we're in the shop, let's turn the lights on. So here we are in the truck. And as far as operation, if we turn the key on, you can see the light show happening outside. And it's pretty crazy. Okay, so there's that. So right now it's just the running lights on the outside, And if I go ahead and turn on the actual headlights, like that's pretty bright even just for running lights. Bam, there we go for headlights. So we got a ton of light coming out of here. And then here's high beams if I flash them. Wow, okay. So we got a ton of light output, you guys. That is pretty unreal. So that's what she looks like from in here. Again, running lights, you can see here. And then here's headlights. And if I turn everything off, again, it is pitch black out right now. So accessories are on. If I open the door, it should absolutely turn everything off, and you can see it's pitch black. So let me go ahead and we'll turn our headlights on and show you guys outside. That's so bright. All right, so super bright out here, you guys. Definitely gonna be able to see quite a bit. And here you go, that's what she looks like. I try to focus in with the camera. These are just so bright that it's hard to get a visual on, but these are really good looking headlight, you guys. Check that out. So there's that. I'm sure you guys want to see them in action as far as turn signals in the dark and stuff. So there we go. Got a lot of light output. So right now I've just got the running lights on, headlights are off, just so I can show you guys what these look like at nighttime. And again, it's a little bit hard to illustrate. So that's a little bit better with the camera picking it up. That's what it looks like in the dark. And again, it is amber, but there you go. It's a better illustration from the camera. I have to adjust the camera a little bit to really pick it up because these things are incredibly bright. So the camera is trying to adjust itself accordingly, but I really, really like this look, you guys. All right, guys, so I'm super happy with how these turned out, and I think it's cool that there is a few different configuration options depending on how you want them to look on your truck. But comment down below which configuration you guys like best. I like this setup with the amber turn signals and having the blue illumination when you start everything up. But let me know which setup you guys prefer best. So I'm gonna link those down in the description below. There will be an Amazon link, but also if you go to the Vland website, there will be a special discount for you guys if you guys want to purchase them over there. But either way, it's up to you. Let me know what you guys think of everything down in the description. As I spend more time with them, I will update you guys on how I'm liking them. But so far, so good. They look real good, and I'm super excited about it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, check out the other videos on this channel. We got a lot of content on these trucks and a lot of other Mopar stuff. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.